All right, y'all, welcome to the show. Today I got a wild one for you. So, recently Donald Trump was caught with a bunch of classified and top secret documents. In fact, it was the top secret of the top secret, and of course there's an investigation over that. Well, now we learned that Joe Biden as well has some classified documents. They were stored at what was like a former office of his. I'm going to give you the specifics of it, and you guys can determine, hey, is this exactly like the Trump situation? Is this a little bit different from the Trump situation? And what should the punishment be in both cases? I also have a story for you about Dianne Feinstein, who's roughly 712 years old, and her brain stopped working roughly in 1997. She is now going to face a primary challenge, most likely. Well, not most likely. We know that this person is going to run. It's actually a progressive populist firebrand who's going to run. But then the question is, will Dianne Feinstein also jump in the race? Now, Dianne Feinstein hasn't announced what she's doing yet. It's like 50-50 as to whether she's going to run or if she's going to retire. But we know this progressive populist firebrand has jumped in the race. So it's kind of interesting. A little bit of drama going on. Also, we'll see other people may jump in the race as well. Adam Schiff, Ro Khanna. It could be a bit of a mess for that Senate seat in California. So there's a lot to say about that. And then also, I'll give you guys the what the Republicans are now openly saying they want to do. Now that they have power in the House of Representatives, they were playing a little bit of hide the ball up until this point, but now they're going on Fox News programs and they're just letting their freak flag fly. They're telling everybody, yeah, this is what's on the table. And by the way, little spoiler alert here for you. Pretty much everything they're talking about is wildly, wildly unpopular. So, probably not the best move to go down this road, especially after you guys barely eked out a victory when it was supposed to be a historic red wave. You got by in a squeaker in the House, and now all of a sudden you're going to be like, I'm going to remind everybody why they didn't want to vote for us. So anyway, that should be a good conversation. And then later on, we got a little bit of religious extremism to dive into. There's a teacher who was fired for offending Muslims. I will explain to you exactly what the thing was that, honestly, is not just offending Muslims. It's apparently many people in the class decided to revolt. And wait until you hear the details of that story. But before we get into any of that, let me go ahead and give you guys a quick little, I guess you could call it a program update or an announcement, whatever you want to call it. But I am going to be doing a live show with the Breaking Points crew in Austin, Texas. It's going to be in early February. It's going to be Friday, February 3rd. And we're going to be at the Paramount Theater. Now, I'm kind of... I didn't realize it. I wasn't, keeping track of what was going on, but I'm announcing this to you guys a little bit late. I probably should have announced this to you earlier. My understanding is that, a lot of tickets have already sold. I guess Austin, Texas, for whatever reason, is a big independent media city, and there's a lot of people who like listening to the shows over there. So there are still seats available. I don't know how many seats are left. If I had to take a guess, I'd say like maybe 70% of the seats are already sold. So there's only about 30% of the seats left. But definitely come check us out. It's going to be the Breaking Points crew, Crystal, Sagar, myself. I think Marshall might be there, although I'm not 100% sure. It would be great if he was there. We have a good rapport and we have good debates whenever we're on stage. So it should be a really fun night. Should be a really interesting night. I'm excited to sort of get back to Austin. I haven't been there in a while. I hate flying on planes, so I'm doing all this for y'all, man. I'm gonna have massive anxiety and a gross feeling in the pit of my stomach just so I can get in front of you guys, in front of an audience and babble my loud, idiotic mouth. So definitely come check us out. It is Friday, February 3rd. The doors open at 6:30. The show's at 7:30. It's going to be the Breaking Point show. I will be there live on the panel. And what I'll do is this link that you're looking at right now, I'm going to leave it in the video description box below. You can just click through there, buy your tickets there. And look, again, my guess is this is all going to be sold out relatively soon. So if you're considering it and you're in the Austin area, just jump on it, because, if you wait a week more, there might not be any seats left. So now also while I'm there, I'm gonna meet up with one of my favorite YouTubers, who's become a friend of mine, RM Brown. For those of you who don't know RM Brown, definitely check out his channel. He's absolutely hilarious. He's an up-and-coming guy. I mean, if it wasn't, honestly, for the YouTube algorithm, I really think he'd already be like over 1 million subscribers. I mean, this guy is phenomenally talented. He's hilarious. The subject matter of his videos are just spot on. So check out RM Brown. I'm going to meet with him while I'm there in Austin. I don't know if we're going to be doing a live stream or anything like that. I guess we'll see. But I'm also going to be visiting our old friend, one Mr. Joseph B. Brogan, as they call him. I think that's his name. And it should be an interesting conversation. I'm doing his podcast and looking forward to it. You know, look, there's been a lot of areas, certainly within the past year or two, where Joe has sort of drifted apart politically from where I am. So, I plan on bringing up a bunch of those issues and talking them through with him. Joe's a nice guy. He's a sweet guy. And so I never feel like worried bringing up areas where we disagree and where we might, get into it and maybe even have vehement disagreement. So I'm sort of looking forward to it. I'm sure we'll also talk about stuff we agree with each other on, but it should be very interesting if we get into, whatever it might be, DeSantis, universal basic income, any of the things where in recent years he sort of changes his tune a little bit. His Reddit was on top of that too, by the way. Like a lot of members of his own Reddit sort of flipped on him because they viewed Joe from 3-4 years ago as significantly more left-wing than Joe these days. And so, but I guess, look, it's a common thing, isn't it? People who are part of a community and then they eventually turn on the creator. I'm sure that's happened with me too. I'm sure there was somebody who you talk to them in 2018, 2019. They're like, I love Kyle. He's the best. And now, you talk about me and they're like, I hate that guy, bro. He's terrible. He sucks. So anyway, should be interesting. Really looking forward to the trip. Definitely grab some tickets. Again, it's in the the video description box below. Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.